Hello everyone, welcome you all for this Facebook Live where I'm going to share with you 13-point checklist for startups. As a startup, you always think of creating an idea and validating it and checking whether it will fit in the market and then you start your business. But when you want to go on a fast track where you can use the existing business success idea, the best option for you is to go through a franchisee model. So for all those startups who want to go for franchise model businesses, 13-point checklist for you before you start buying, before you start signing that franchisee is what I'm going to share with you in today's Facebook Live. So, what is a franchise business? First of all, franchise business is something where already somebody created a product, they've already tested in the market, and it is successful, it is going very well, and you are going to buy a franchise from them. You're going to do it in a particular geographical area, and you're going to use the product and brand intellectuals, brand positioning, whatever the brand has already created, you are going to leverage that, for which you're going to do a capital investment and there is going to be a royalty. But what is that you should do from your end is you should take care of the local operations and the local marketing, and this is where you're going to make your profit. So this is what is a franchisee business, to put it simple. But when you're going to sign a franchise based business, what is that you should look at? What are certain things you should keenly focus on? So these are some 13 checkpoints which we are going to discuss in this Facebook Live now. So let's go one by one. So let's take, if you are planning to take up a franchisee, you've seen that product or that brand looks good for you, but you wanted to check whether everything is fine in that. So you can use this checklist. First thing to check is the franchisor's subject expertise. Whatever is the industry they are franchising in, check the expertise of the franchisor. Let's assume if it is a saloon franchise, if it is a restaurant franchise, or if it is a textile franchise, just check franchisor subject expertise. In what way they are an expert, so that they have come up with that such kind of product. So what is their background, whether they worked in that industry for many years, how did that they got some knowledge, and how they created and they come up with this business idea is one important thing which you need to check. And the next important thing is franchises business experience. Okay, here if I'm talking about, if I'm using the term franchisor, it's the person who gives you franchisee, and as a startup, if you buy from them, you're called as franchisee. So those who are giving is franchisor, and those who buy is called franchisee. So first point and second point is both you are going to check on franchisor's side. So first thing is, as I already told you, franchisor's subject expertise is what you need to check, and the second is franchisor's business experience. The founder, the co-founder, or the directors who's running that company, what is their business experience? If they are new to this business world, if they are a new entrepreneur, then that's something which you need to check whether how it is going to go about. You may take some more time and then take a decision. Just check how the brand is doing, because if they are new, which means they are going to do few mistakes and then only they're going to learn. If they are already into entrepreneurship and this business is new, that is different. But if they are new to whole entrepreneurship world, then you need to check on that. That is one checkpoint which you need to be keeping in mind. And the third is the product market fit. See, you already have an idea even before meeting them what kind of product, what kind of brand is that. But just check with them. Any franchise business, franchisor should test the product in the market before they sell it to the franchisee. Check whether they've done that. Check what is the feedback from customers. If possible, you can also talk to few customers and check whether they're really happy about it. Or if it is a restaurant, you can just go and check how it is running. Or if it is some gym, you can go and check whether people are happy there, how they are doing. So any brand, any franchisee for that matter, go and have a live experience, so that you know whether the product is fit for the market and it's ready to expand, so that you can take a franchisee of it. So this is one thing you need to check. The fourth checkpoint which you need to check is the overall investment required. In most cases, the overall investment is not clarified in the franchisee side. Why I'm telling this? Because a lot of my students, before they want to sign up a franchise agreement, they've consulted me in 3 4 cases. What I've seen is the overall expenses what they mentioned in that projection in the calculation is somewhere very low, because most of the expenses are ignored there. So few expenses, if they are not going to mention there, you need to calculate on your own so that you know what is the overall expense. To make it simple for you, these are some two things which you need to work on: capital investment, which is the initial investment which you will be doing, maybe franchisee fee, and infrastructure setup, whether the interior, the place readiness, whatever you need to do with respect to infrastructure. If it is a restaurant, then it is going to be more of a table, a chair, air conditioning, interiors, everything you should put in this. And then launch expenses. When you launch the business, maybe you need to do a launch event, or kind of sometimes it is that you need to bring in a celebrity and you need to make some noise in that location so that it is reached to more people. So that cost you can add, and the minimum stock inventory which you always have to maintain. So this also can be added to the capital investment. What is the second kind of investment you may have to do for a franchise business? On the overall investment section, ongoing monthly expenses until break even. Because once you start making profits, that all the expenses you will deduct and you will make out of profit. But initially, when you are not in break even stage, you are about to break even, which will take 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, depending on the business, you need to add these costs also as an investment. For example, for the first few months or until break even, whatever is the rent, the salary, the royalty which you pay to the brand owner, the marketing expenses, ongoing products or material cost, if any, and any other expenses. So all these expenses put together is your overall investment. So all this you have to consider. And one more thing which I always suggest is, if you are going to involve in the business, you are going to spend a lot of time, please add a salary for you also. Because if you're going to spend a lot of time in the business, you have to put some salary on your name, and that salary also to be counted as an ongoing monthly expense, because that is also an investment which is going on, whether you take it out or not, but it is an expense which is there. You need to bring it in the calculation, which is very important. And that is the fourth checkpoint. And now we'll go to the fifth checkpoint, that is royalty. What is that percentage of royalty which you need to pay to the franchisor? So whether it is from the profit, whether it is from the collectibles, or whether sometimes you in the restaurant based businesses, you will be buying a lot of inventories every single day, and the calculation is based on various factors on what you buy, etc. So be very clear, what is the royalty percentage, based on what collection, what amount the royalty is calculated. Because most of them know percentage, yeah, 6% is the royalty, 10%, 15%, 20%. But what you should be very clear on that is, from what amount this percentage is calculated. Make it very clear when you take up for a franchisee brand. This is one thing. And also, you should look at one more point. The sixth point is, how long is that term? Not every franchisee agreement is for lifelong. It's not for 10 years, it's not for 5 years, it depends. Few brands give you franchisee approval, franchisee you can run that franchisee for 3 years, 2 years, or 5 years. So sometimes it is 10 years, which means after the term, when you have to renew, you may have to pay a renewal fee, and there is agreement to be done once again. So just check what is that renewal, what is that term period, and what is that renewal fee. Sometimes it is like 75% of the initial franchisee fee paid. Sometimes it is 10% of what you paid initially, or sometimes it is some other random amount. Just be very clear so that you will also know after 2 years what is that going to be my one more investment on this franchisee renewal part. Though it is going to be small, you can have a clarity by the time you start itself. And the next is the break even and return on investment clarity. Because a lot of people, they just go by the advertisements. If they see a franchisee advertisement where you invest so much, you invest 30 lakhs and your return on investment in 18 months, the advertisement says that. But I have done some calculation with few of my students. What actually we found out is, the investment which they're going to do as an overall investment, even after 10 years, they can't take it if even the business is doing really well, because there is something wrong in the model itself and the projection itself. So for you to be clear on this, you have to put in all the expenses and then calculate when will be your break even, and overall investment for you to get it back, so how long it will take. So you need to have this clarity with some projection, with some logical practical numbers. It need not be very high, and also as a franchisee you need not keep it very low. Okay, only this much will happen. No, what will happen if you regularly put some marketing effort, if you're going to be actively involved, what is that time it will take for you to break even, and how long it will take for you to get the entire return on investment of your of the overall amount which you invested. And then next thing what we have to focus on is what kind of training they're going to give you related to product, because there were complaints from few franchisees that my franchisor didn't give me any training on the product, they asked us to do on our own. Then which means it's not a proper functioning franchisee model, because as you know, all successful franchisee model have a super duper system where they follow the same product template, the same product presentation, or the preparation, delivery, the systems will be same across the centers, across the restaurants, or across the chain of franchisee outlets. But sometimes when your franchisor is not talking about anything related to product training, you may ask and you can find out what kind of product training is that they are going to give. It is very important. If they're not going to do something like that, then I don't think you need to take up that franchisee, which is one important factor which you should consider. And then next is business strategy support. They need to have some ongoing support, maybe once in 30 days, 45 days, or 60 days. The franchisor and franchisee should meet, and franchises can share a lot of good practices which are happening in the primary center, or which is happening in other outlets, other franchisee brands, other good practices from everywhere, which they can pick up, and okay, this outlet is doing like this, you can also follow this. And also whatever problems, questions you have, that to be clarified by the franchisor. It is a strategy support, though you're going to do local marketing, local operation, everything. It is that ongoing strategy support which is very important. It is not like I have given you franchisee, you do however you want, I don't bother about it, you just pay me royalty every single month. It is not like that. And as a franchisee, you also don't be like that. I bought a franchisee, okay, let me not talk to my franchisor, let me do whatever I want on in my own way. So don't be like that. You need to have a business strategy support in place. Also make sure this happens. And the next 10th checkpoint which we need to be very clear on is the geographical business area. So what is that locations you have taken? Because all franchisees works on the geographical boundary. It's a territory where you can do business in this area, because in these kind of franchisee models, you're not going to have customers coming to you after above, like from 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers. It is always that 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 1 kilometer radius is what you're going to control, and that is what you're looking at. And even your all your marketing is going to be only location specific. You don't want people outside, because that marketing, that branding to be done by the franchisor. They will take care of overall branding to the city or the state or the country. You focus on your geographical area, you be clear in that, and you will be marketing only to people who are around that area, so that they can come and use your products or services. And the next thing which you have to be clear is the work at what are the different marketing strategies, because every product may have different marketing strategy which is working well. As a franchisor, they would have tested certain models, so you just take their knowledge what kind of marketing worked for this product. And sometimes depending on geographical locations, the same marketing may not work, but still you can get that clarity on marketing strategies which is working very well for them. You can get that numbers game where how many customers walk in, how many gets converted, how many per day, what is the sales this outlet is doing, the second outlet is doing. You can get some information on this which will definitely help you to decide on taking the business and to market by yourself. And the next is the sales process. A lot of franchisors don't teach on the sales process to their franchisees, because franchisees may not have any business experience sometimes. Because as startups, when you take up a franchisee and you're new to the entrepreneurship world, you may not know what is the sales process all about. So what a franchisor can do is they can set up a clear sales process. Okay, this is how you handle customer, these are the frequently asked questions, this is how you communicate about our products and services to them, and this is the usual presentation pattern which we follow, or all these things. And if it is a restaurant, how do you handle the people in the counter? Everything matters, because that entire sales process is very very important, and it need to be coming from the franchisor. So you need to even check what kind of sales process they are going to guide you on. And last, very important, what is that inventory management? What is that you have to maintain every single day or weekly or monthly, which you have to buy from brand owner, and you have to maintain it, and what kind of local operations you need to do. So because they may give you clear idea on, because already they would be testing, they would have already tested in the primary outlet, and they know what exactly it is. You can get that knowledge also, though it is all going to be in the training part, etc. Before you sign agreement with them, you need to have some basic clarity on all these 13 parameters, which is very very important, because without knowing all these details, just after signing, if you're going to complain, it doesn't work. Because a lot of franchisees, that's what they do, they didn't ask the right question, they have just like that they signed, and then they say this is not happening, this is not happening. It is not good for both franchisor and franchisee. So it is always from both sides, it is clarity very important. And as a startup, you are just entering into entrepreneurship world, so you need to be very clear, and you can use these 13-point checklist whenever you're considering a franchisee business option. So any questions with regards to this franchising, buying a franchisee, you can post in the comments, I'll be able to answer that. And please share this video to as many people as possible, because it will definitely help a lot of people who are looking like you, who may be looking at getting a franchisee business model, and to start with that, because they may not want to start something on their own, they may be looking for some franchisee options. To do share this video, this will definitely help a lot of people. Thank you very much for watching. As I already mentioned, kindly post any doubts you have in the comment section. I will be able to answer all your questions. Just a minute. Yeah, so do post your questions here. So I'll be getting back to you with answers with regards to franchising, buying a franchisee. Even if you're going to be a franchisor, then you can also post your questions if you have anything with related to that. So thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in my next Facebook live video with one other interesting element which you can learn as a startup, and you can grow in your entrepreneur journey. Thank you very much. See you.